I'm taking it. I believe what he's saying because
why? Look. If you want me to talk, I'll say the man is impulsive. He speaks out of turn, and he speaks like he has no respect for anybody.
I go by the name of Clay. You can call me Kwame Agyapong Salad, and I'm here with a beautiful
Nana Addo MPP.
Chamano de.
Nobody note, aka Note Diego. Let's get it now.
And this is the Mind Expression Podcast.
Yay.
Yeah. And Ekia. Don't even drill.
So I mean, it's been a couple of weeks that MPP said they were going to do their elections to choose their flag bearer for the NPP to stand in to become the president, and then we have our vice president, we have our honorable minister too, that is Kennedy Agyapong, and then we had Alan Cash left off.
Alan Cash is not a butterfly.
Yes, it's not a butterfly. And then there's one other guy or two or so.
If
those ones, we know that we know that they are just occupying space.
Only a matter.
What is matter? I'll come out of a footballer. So I mean, we're going to focus on the interview between Ken Agyapong and then Kwadwo Sheldon. Now, Kwadwo Sheldon announced that he was going to interview the showdown man. And the day he wanted to actually post this particular interview, Vodafone Internet said, you and I, we are going to suffer. He will come on Twitter, apologize for the delay. He went on other platforms to apologize. You know, I feel like people were building up to that interview. People wanted to know what was on this man's mind. Questions were asked. People were not satisfied. Others are also satisfied. And so we're going to be discussing some of the things that were said in the interview and what our personal thoughts are about this whole, presidency election and the general election coming up. What these politicians should expect, what some of us feel like they should expect from, us, the young ones, for the next election, based on the shaggy that we've been facing recently in this country. So the floor is yours, gentlemen. I'm going to start with Oakley. Now, when you watched the interview, what are some of the things that you picked up?
Really, to be honest, I've not really watched. I've seen excerpts of it,
yeah.
but I've not really watched the interview. But one thing I want people to know is that whatever I say right now, that's every day I say it. Me, I'm not a card-bearing member of MPP. I'm not a card-bearing member of NDC. And I'm not a card-bearing member of Butterfly as well. So, Afrafranto. So whatever I say is, I'm saying it as a Ghanaian and sitting back and observing everything.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question, Addo. It is two scenarios. The first one, you're in a relationship with a girl. You really love this girl. You will do anything for this person. And this person means so much to you. That is one. And another relationship, you are with this girl. Whatever the person does and found, but you get your sex, you get your attention, you get your food, and she can do whatever they want to do when she does anything and found. Which of them will you add emotion? Will you be emotionally attached to?
Obviously, the one I have more feelings for.
So why the fuck does people have an issue when something happened in Ghana and is affecting Ghana, and this particular gentleman is so emotionally attached to it and he bursts out and he says stuff? If it's because he loves the country.
Yes.
And because he has so much emotions and he feels like this country has to work.
Now bring me to earth. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Kennedy Agyapong.
Seriously?
Yes.
I didn't see that coming.
I just use this analogy to make you to debunk the fact that people say, oh, he's too emotional. He wears his feelings.
Wait, people are saying that he's emotional?
Yeah, people feel
I don't think people say he's too emotional.
Yeah.
I don't think
people say he wears his feelings on his sleeves or whatever, how they say it. But
he is prone to outburst, and acts almost out of control.
How is he out of control?
Maybe the things he
No,
says.
tell me, how is he out of control?
Maybe the things he says. I would actually assume people are saying that based on the things he says.
Tell me one thing. Like, let's use the showdown thing as an example.
Let me, since you have used an analogy to set
The
this
mood.
whole mood, and I see where you stand.
Yeah.
Let us say that you had a house help, and then one day the house help is the only person who comes into your one room to clean the room. One day you can't find this money, like an amount of money in your room.
Missing.
You searched everywhere. You can't find it. The morning of the disappearance of that money, you know very well that the house help went into that room. You go to the house help, they search the house help everywhere. They can't find it on the house help too. And you haven't taken the money out of your room anywhere. Now, for the sake of the fact that the house help hasn't been caught with any of your money, or you can't prove that the house help had the money, but will you still trust the house help to enter your room? Because you've still not been able to prove that they were the thief or not. But you know very well that there's no way the money could have developed legs and walked out of your room. Mm-hmm. Would you still trust that house help with your room?
No.
Now, you two bring me to earth.
This is how I feel about Kennedy Agyapong.
Okay, I'm loving this.
Because a few years ago, a journalist was killed. And when the fingers went around, and when the investigations were done, not by our security, but by other journalists who are very, very...
Which journalists are you talking about?
We may not be...
Ahmed Sule, or isn't that what?
No, I know the one who died, but who came out to say upon their investigation, there is enough evidence to say he.
But can you understand where my analogy comes from? There is no evidence. There wasn't any evidence. Kennedy Agyapong was actually cleared of every false, of every situation. You understand? But we have him on air
making certain statements, threatened the said
why did he do that?
Because the journalist was also on a case that was leading to something about him and his business. I think he had something to do.
Funding.
No. The whole thing started with the guy who wears the mask.
Anas, yes, of course. They were doing a case for Anas.
He's Anas's boy.
Yes.
They did an expose on Kofi Nyantechi, the sports president.
Yes.
They did all the expose and everything. They realized, Kennedy Agyapong realized that the thing is not like an investigation they are doing.
They lure
you into it. It's two different things.
No, okay.
You see,
that's that you've said now.
That thing that you said, they lure
it's not luring.
They lure you into it.
If you are a good person and you're not going to take the money, it doesn't matter the luring.
Person,
you will still not take it.
That was the whole premise of the situation, that our sitting GFA president could be lured with money into a situation, and then Kennedy Agyapong was like, they tricked him, they blah 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 blah. Even if they tricked him,
the way these people do their things.
No, we all watched the expose.
Bro, the way these people do, nobody forced the money into his hands.
Fine. Let's say they try to,
and this thing led to the death of Ahmed Sule.
Yes, it did.
Let's say he wasn't supposed to take the money. Okay. Then Kennedy Agyapong took the whole case and said, let me look into this. He looked into it because he's also a man with influence in the country. We both know that.
Yes.
He has influence.
No
he
two
knows
ways
people.
about that.
So he's also started digging into Anas, and he realized Anas too has shady dealings. shady dealings with lands and other stuff. He tried to take land from people by force at Chado. And there are evidence to that. And people came out and said, yes, it's true. Anas tried to take my land from me.
But how do they know it's Anas?
How did they know it's
You know the number of people who knows him? He used to work at Joy FM or Radio
But
Board or something.
do you know him?
I don't know him. But Kennedy, upon them, they know him. They know who he is.
If they know who he is, has anybody ever been able to out him?
Exactly. See, let's look at these things with
one
the
they
fact
were
that
able
was
to
thrown
out
to
was
us.
Ahmed Sule, and then Ahmed Sule got killed.
And I'm telling you, Ahmed Swali, that be the name.
Swale, oh yes.
And I'm telling you that what he said, he didn't. What he said, okay, this guy. And whatever they've been doing, I'm not saying his death, whatever happened to him, I have no idea who did that to him and what he did and who is looking for him, who want to kill him. I have no idea, but I'm talking based on what is out there.
So I am saying, based on that situation alone, from where I stand, for freedom, for the sake of freedom of speech and for the freedom of journalists and their safety, and just for proper democracy to work in this country, I would not put my vote out for someone who I feel has that kind of mentality.
Have you, apart from this case, have you ever seen Kennedy Agyapong attacking any journalist in this country?
You don't need to see another one.
I don't need to see another one. Because
I don't need to see another one.
Another style of journalism, a lot of people,
investigative
a lot of
journalism.
people kind of against another style of
How do you know a lot of people
It
are
is
against
only
it? It is
so many
because
people.
it's
The
outing bad things.
Yes.
Which bad things?
Yes, the corruption
We
in
have
this
people
country.
in power spending our money.
The number of time Anas has done.
Why are we even struggling over Anas? We are here to talk about Kennedy.
Listen, do you know the number of time Anas has done investigation that he knows, okay, where are you, Bonnie? Me wo case, me wo, your friend is saying so many evidence, way soon. Then he sit down with you, show you the videos, tell you say pay $100,000. If you pay $100,000,
No, that could be done. In fact, it could be
and
true.
people pay the $100,000, the things don't come out.
Okay, do you have
Where are
evidence?
they?
Where are they? What's
Where
your
are they?
evidence?
Where
It's
are they?
possible, yes. It's possible. Everything is possible.
See,
But
this is
give me
what
your
Kennedy
evidence.
Agyapong
Where
is saying.
are-
Why?
And you
How
take
do you
Kennedy
believe that
Agyapong's word
is
for
true?
it.
I'm taking it.
You take Kennedy Agyapong's word for it.
I believe what he's saying because
Why?
Look. If you want me to talk, I'll say the man is impulsive. He speaks out of turn, and he speaks like he has no respect for
anybody.
When did
I
Kennedy
do
Agyapong
not
speak?
care for how
When did
much,
he speak
I
like
don't care
against
for how
like he
much
doesn't
love
care?
that he claims that he has for the country.
He has so much love for the
He
country.
has no
And
love
a
for
lot
the
of
country.
a lot of people don't like his style.
He's a politician through and through. He's a politician through and through.
Yeah, he's a politician.
Whatever emotion he shows, what have we not seen? What have we not seen?
You guys,
Let's not base on
Sometimes
rhetoric and be like,
sometimes they use his personal
the
life.
person.
what personal life are you talking about?
They use
A lot
his
of the
personal-
outbursts that this man does is not even about his
Sometimes
personal
they
life.
use his personal life to judge who he is.
Yes.
Sometimes
You
should.
so
You
where-
should
Didn't
where
we
did you
use
judge him
Nana
from?
Addo's personal life to
What are we
judge
going
him?
to
How
judge
he's
him
a
from?
good
Where are we
lawyer,
going to judge
a
him
good
from?
speaker, and how he speaks even
Where are
shows
we
how
going
a
to judge
good
him
man
from?
he
That's
is.
a problem.
Where are we
Listen.
going to judge him from?
Okay, so let's use Nana Addo as our president right now as an example. In any way, no offense to anybody. When this man came into the system, the way he spoke to us, the way he talked, it felt like he had some sympathy for the people. And then we trusted him on that, and we trusted the fact that he had the backing of certain people in the country. All the things that he said, we voted for him. And we are seeing Shege right now. No. You spoke. Let me talk. Now listen. We saw Shege based on our trust in whatever this man has to say.
We didn't saw. We are seeing.
We are seeing Shege. Now this Kennedy Agyapong is under this same Nana Addo. Part of the same party that we trust. No, let me finish. Part of the same party that we trusted. All right. This same man has been in the news for so many things, and most of them are bullshit.
Rubbish.
fine. We're going to use his constituency as an example. That we are saying good things about him. He takes care of people. He does this. He does that.
Forget about he take care of that one.
No,
Let me,
no,
what I
no.
want to
I'm
tell
saying
you,
that because
every big man in Ghana is taking care of somebody.
No, not listen. If we're going to use the constituency as a way to say, okay, he's even a good man, he takes care of people, da, 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 da. This is somebody that sits on screen and the position that he wants to be in disrespects that same position.
let me tell you something.
Okay.
All these political people has one style. They've sold you some kind of dream.
They sold who? Those people that they want to sell.
They sold you. Nana Addo, Ghanaians thought he was the Messiah. He was coming to deliver us from every atrocity we've been going through. Same with Mahama. Same with.
You know what? I have this strong urge. Then I'll go on a bet with you. Then you will do. This man may. Let's say he may not even win the primaries or whatever. But he may not even win. But let's say he will win and become president. Then we'll do bet. I'll collect your house.
Say, let me tell you. One thing I'm trying to tell you is that.
You will not win.
One thing I'm trying to tell you that. Let's not even care about it. Mahama's government is far better than this one. Let's cut that one. But what I'm trying to tell you is that before Kennedy Agyapong or before the next election, all these presidents aspirants, they come and they talk to you in a certain way, and we've seen the results. Why not give this man the chance?
Because
why not give this person whose style is different a chance?
Okay.
Why not give this person? Listen,
different.
why not? As you guys spoke, and I'm trying to.
Yeah, speak.
Why not give this man who has created employment for so many people in this country? How many presidents have we had that has created employment for people before they became presidents? This man has businesses. This man is paying more than 2,000 people in Ghana as we speak.
How is he doing that?
From his company that he built himself, from the steel company, from the what's the name? From the cold store he has.
Cold store to pay 2,000 people. Please be realistic. How is he doing this?
I don't know how
you
big.
You think
he only has cold store?
No.
He has a lot of
I asked you a question and you gave me. I'm answering your question
and
based
I'm
on what
telling
you're
you that he has a
me.
lot of companies.
Let's not insinuate.
No.
Nobody's even insinuating.
The man is. He has a
Don't
lot of
exaggerate
companies.
the numbers.
If he has companies, or he should take care of his companies.
He's paying people.
He should pay
Taking
them
care of
and
a few
enjoy
companies
that.
is not the same thing as
He's
taking
paying
care of
people.
a
So
country.
if this man is doing, listen, I'm
this
coming.
man-
If this man they do this, and this man they pay a lot of people, and this man he has a way of.
He doesn't have any way.
Sustaining companies for very long time, and we know say nobody has come out. His employers have not come out and say,
Okay.
oh, Kennedy Agyapong has not paid us for. Every time his people
Let's
are
bring
paid.
it down
So
to
why
this
not give
interview.
such a person opportunity and say, this person on his own, he has been able to do this.
You see, they said the same thing about Trump. They said the same thing about Trump.
But you know the number of people who think Trump is the best after trying Joe Biden.
They said the same thing about Trump.
And I'm saying, do you know the people who choose Trump over Joe Biden?
But Trump might just as well become the first ever U.S. president to go to jail.
True. Now let's bring it to the interview between Kwadwo Sheldon. We've gone outside. We've not come to what he said.
Did you watch the interview?
Now
I've
there
seen
was a
snippets.
part I saw. Now let's address that part. He was asked the question on the taxing situation in Ghana, and then one of the things they spoke about was the betting tax, and then he was supposed to talk to the people on some of the solutions, because let's be truthful, people are talking too much about the taxes we pay in this country, which they are not even wrong for doing that, because they pay so much taxes and then they don't even get anything out of it, right? Good. Now he's asked to talk about this tax bill, and then if we have the video, right, we'll probably have to put it in, but if we don't, he was not clear. This man, anytime you ask him questions about how he thinks he can develop the country from where we are now, because anybody that we want to put in power now, we need somebody that knows how he was going to salvage.
He says vague things.
Vague things. He's never direct.
Vague things like, I am going to bring so much employment.
So
and
much
that is
employment.
going to kill everything.
How are you going to do that?
And Ghanaians are traveling outside of Ghana, and I'm going to do everything. Employment.
Because he knows that is what we
have
need.
we not heard?
But he has done it on his own. Why can't he do it when he has?
So he thinks so he's coming to pay for all the people's their school fees?
No, he's not coming to pay. He's going to create jobs for people to have.
Has he told you how he's going to do that?
He's going to do that.
How?
He told you guys he's going to make sure the tourism sector in Ghana will really, really work.
How did he say how?
And he told you, sir, what be name? The Labadi Beach there, you know. There is a way he can develop tourist sites there. If you're talking about their plans, do you know the plans that are there to develop that whole?
Goodness.
So why hasn't it been done?
No, it's actually in works.
No.
Like
Since I saw that thing, it's been like 10 years.
yes, but,
So what is he
but
saying when it comes to be done?
The land,
And it has not been done.
The land,
And you are so sure. It has not been done.
One thing I can tell you
but
about
you are so
Kumpre
sure.
One thing
I am
can tell
telling
you about
you-
Kumpre is when he says it, he does it.
I like,
Over the
I like,
years-
I like your vim for this.
Over
man.
the years,
The Ebere
over the
Milan
years,
say-
he says things. I will do this, and he does.
Like what?
One day he went to a radio station, wanted to say something. They said they won't let him do it. He opened a radio station.
So
He said
So
it
it means he
did
can
it.
save Ghana from our crisis.
He said it and he did
So
it.
it
went to
means
open his own
He
radio
has
station.
employed 2,000
He
people.
opened his own radio station because
That one is a big
he opened
deal.
his own radio
How
station
many
because
how many politicians
another
have
radio
their
station will
companies
not allow
here?
him to come and sit there and just
And
blabber
I'm
out.
saying,
And how is it TV and radio doing, sir?
At least there is a TV station you can work.
How
to.
is it doing, sir?
I mean,
No, say, it's not a matter of I'll do it. How
doesn't-
can you maintain it?
No, no,
that is
no,
how
no,
we
no,
keep
that
hearing
doesn't
them.
mean anything.
That's how we keep hearing
He
them
said he
say,
will
"I'll
open-
come and do this." Now let's break it down. We heard, "I'll come and do free education." He came to do free education. Tell me how he's doing right now.
Who
It
is
is
the-
not just about.
It's not Kennedy Agyapong
I
who
know,
did free
but I'm
education.
trying to make a point. It's not just about using your mouth to come and say, "I'll
One
do this"
district,
or "I'll do
one
that."
dam.
How are you going
One
to do
district,
it?
one
How are you going to
factory.
maintain it?
That was
Convince the
not
people with all
Kennedy
those
Agyapong.
things.
No,
That was
I'm
not
telling,
Kennedy
but
Agyapong.
I'm telling
So
you.
far as I'm sitting here, or this time that I'm sitting here, I've not been convinced enough that any of those people on the NPP can do anything
Let
for
me tell
anybody.
you one thing.
Nobody.
One thing I wish Kennedy would do is go independent. But we all know that when he goes independent, there is no way.
Even
will
with where
smell-
he is right now, there's no freaking way.
But let's see. Let me tell you
Look,
something.
as much as
There can be an upset and Ghanaians will be shocked.
you see, as much as me, I do not like Baumia. As much as I do not like, and as much as I do not care for the MPP government.
Both MPP and
all.
DC, I don't give a damn about nobody.
As much as I do not care for them, I would say that if they make the mistake of voting for Kennedy Agyapong and Ghanaians make the mistake
Of making him president.
the repercussions for this country.
Why do you think just because you've seen some outburst, you
it's
just
not-
judge somebody
no,
out because of
Okay.
The Gans have a statement that call Ufwe Kombodan, call Natiti Amonto Bashilegbe.
me or no fun eko, me-
When
You
snake-
good, I can't speak. I don't come and put me inside God.
when a snake, when you've been bitten by a snake before, you'll be scared of an earthworm.
Yeah, true.
So, and the tree say agrobe so efianopa.
And I also obi about to say, she no was sensuo. Now they sue there.
One thing I
Now they
know-
change.
So
one thing I know
somebody-
is that when
somebody-
Kennedy becomes a president, he will turn around the party, because me I don't like them. Everybody knows me I don't be MPP person,
The truth
and
is-
everybody know anybody who dey close to me know say I know they fuck with their party. I'm saying it, but I know how much Kennedy Agyapong loves this country.
Okay.
I can tell it, like the passion he speaks with. I can tell him, this man, he do one before. Where you go fit do one?
Okay. Now mine
That's
is
what I'm trying to say. Me, I won't say he was independent.
You
He was
believe
an
in Kennedy Agyapong?
Yes, he does.
I believe so.
Clearly. Oh, clearly he does.
between those two. It ain't Baumia. Oh,
Okay, so
and let me tell you something.
Between those two, it's like the devil and the deep blue sea.
Let me tell you something. See, the opposition party, they pray for Baumia. Baumia is good chop. But you see Kennedy, that story go change.
you think it's going to be hard for them if Ken
see,
comes
this-
on board?
You
because
see, if I would say this though, if these primaries produce an upset and Kennedy Agyapong, for some
Miraculous
reason,
reasons.
becomes
The flag bearer.
the flag bearer, MPP will win.
That one is true. But mine is
People
Or it will be a very, very strong.
tight.
tight,
Yes.
now
at least it will
NDC
be a very,
NDC
very,
the
very,
way
very,
NDC feels like it's a cool chop for next election.
Yes.
If
I don't think, you see, people are.
See,
people
that's
are
what I'm saying is that
underestimating
if-
who Bawumia is.
no. Baumia. What is Baumia coming to tell Ghanaians? What? Baumia.
That man, he has
No, what is he coming to tell us again?
Okay, so
What?
for me, okay.
He has said everything he will say and he didn't deliver any of them.
I mean,
So what again is he coming to tell us?
for me,
For
this
sometimes you sit by and you think about like you ask yourself, MPP people, they know they see like why did they want force power on Ghanaians again? But they don't see what the man do.
But
I
you
mean-
see, I think it's not just general country politics. It's also inside politics between the
NPP.
because
They themselves, they're
now-
fighting within
So
themselves.
right
there.
now there is the Nana Addo MPP and there is the Kwadwo MPP. When the Nana Addo MPP came in power, they've kind of shut the
There's Kwadwo squad.
Kwadwo squad, like Chioma to one side. So right now the Achim people, which is, I'm not trying to be tribalistic here, but like the Achim people, which is the Nado's people, they kind of dominate in the party, and they've putting people in places and giving some people some power, and those people have so much influence, like Chema Untimi, like Napo, former education minister, like what's the name? The finance minister. You see, all these people are super close to the president. That is why when people were making noise about changing the finance minister, he didn't. He told us that he's almost about securing the IMF
thingy.
bond for us. So let's wait. When he secures it, I'll let him go. He secures the money and he's still here. And you know what he said? The finance minister came out and said he supports Bawumia all the way. And they know. Sometimes I feel this is my own inqualadring. Sometimes I feel like, what has these people done that they feel like when another person becomes a flag bearer, they
win the
they will let you won't say they've done this, they've done that, so they will be in a dipshit. So they want somebody close to them to still be in power, so that whatever thing they've done will never come out to the public. Sometimes that is how, because if not for that, why would they want to push Bawumia? It doesn't make sense.
Who else would they push?
Let me
It
categorically.
doesn't make sense.
Who else would they push?
Let me.
Kennedy there.
I mean, let me
They don't want
categorically
Kennedy
say
because
that.
that man speaks the truth. They don't want that man.
You see,
mean-
we like, oh, he speaks the truth. Oh, he's this.
He's
What's
straightforward.
the truth?
I don't.
What's the truth? See, me sometimes, let me tell you the truth.
That be yeah.
Sometimes I
You-
like some of
you
the
have the
outfits.
Rawlings
I'm not
and
even
Trump
going to
in
lie
one
to you.
man.
I'm not even going to lie to
Rawlings
you.
and Trump in one man.
Sometimes
You
you are
don't like.
overexcited about this man. Relax.
You don't even want that.
Okay, so very excited for
Rawlings,
this
JJ
man.
Rawlings and Trump in one man. You
Listen.
don't even want that.
Sometimes.
Kennedy Agyapong
Yes.
cannot in a day in his life embody even the shadow of who JJ Rawlings was. Like, if he died and came back a million times, could not even embody like a single iota of the character of former President Rawlings. You cannot equate like those two. When you're talking about former President Rawlings, you're talking about Che Guevara, you're talking about freedom fighters. You're talking about Thomas Sankara. So you can't.
Are you saying
can't
Kennedy is a freedom fighter?
You can't put those for who?
That man.
Jesus.
Hey,
man.
that man.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, this will shock you. I mean, listen. Let me
See,
categorically.
there's certain-
Okay, relax for me. Let me say this. Okay, we try to say
Hey,
this for a
we'll make
long
that
time.
mistake in this country.
Let him
Let me say this. We are all making we're all speaking our thoughts and everything. But let's say that personally, I do not have anything against anybody because frankly, they've scattered the country and the governance and everything. So everything that I'm saying from my personal, like, how I feel personally and how I think in the end, if I want to vote, I want to just make this statement and free my mind that I'm not saying this because I hate Kennedy or I hate NPP. No, it's because as a Ghanaian young girl, I am going through too much. And all the things that I'm going through, it's pushing me not to even look at what they're doing. All that has been planted into my system and into my mind and into my soul is that if you give these people the world to take care of just Ghana, they will look into their pockets than any other person. Whether
this man
NPP,
is already rich.
NDC, I don't give a damn.
Didn't we say that about
Akufo-Addo?
Akufo-Addo. Before Akufo-Addo became president, do you know allegedly he was around? That his family people were dragging him because he has sold a lot of family properties to do politics.
But look, let me just say this. Let me just say this. You see, in times of hardship, human beings, sometimes we tend to move towards the man who acts like the strongest instead of looking and moving towards the people who have pragmatic answers. Let me just say that just because Kennedy Agyapong, look, we are in this country. Just a few years past, we heard of invisible forces who were doing things, and we saw the state that it threw the whole country in, because these invisible forces, nobody knew where they were coming from, who they worked for, but what we knew was that they were protected by power, and they were going in and out and doing whatever they wanted. Now, I fear for this country that when a president like Kennedy Agyapong comes into power, someone who cannot tolerate other people's
opinion about him, his business, what he does,
or whatever, and who is always having an outburst, and a violent outburst. Like I like the way this whole showdown thing has been turned into.
Yes,
but we all saw that video when he was on the
threatening.
I'll give you a showdown.
Can I answer that?
Wait.
Coming to defense.
We will see what will happen. If I don't win with this, it will not be this.
Threatening.
When someone starts speaking that way, if I don't win, we will all not win. If I don't,
no, he didn't say
no.
He didn't say that.
Yes, but I'm not
he
saying
use
that
those
he said
words.
that. But I'm saying when someone is using those kind of threatening languages, even amongst the people in his own house, what will he do to the people who are outside his house, who are of decent, who have voices that are not saying the same thing as him? This is the man you want to come and put in power, and then people will disappear in this country like.
You won't know what happened to them. Just because maybe the person starts on radio or TV to say something that he doesn't like, they'll disappear.
Look, in Ghana here.
It could. I'm not saying
right now in this Ghana, politicians are there who can make people disappear. Nobody will know where they are coming. You understand?
It's not only in Ghana.
Right now,
it happens everywhere in the world.
Yes, it happens everywhere in the world. But the way it can happen here without anybody, we are all here. People have been killed in their houses. People have been killed
and Saudi Arabia journalists went into the Saudi Arabia consulate and never came back until now in Washington. In America.
Yes.
And so it happens everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not saying that, but I am saying that the fact that it happens everywhere does not make it right, and it also does not mean that we should, as a country, start condoning those kind of things.
Yeah.
So, just for me, what I think is that the fact, forget about all the controversy about Anas and everything, the fact that a journalist has been able to lose their life and connections have been made to this man because he came on radio and said certain things, like actually outed who the man was.
Yes. Locations.
and gave locations and everything because this whatever, because this thing has happened, just because of the fact that he bears this kind of connotation to himself. Me personally, I cannot then with open eyes go and say, oh, I will still
I'll openly,
trust you,
yes.
openly trust you.
I mean,
and then give, and this is, look, if you want to travel abroad right now, yeah, or you want to live abroad or something, they ask you for a police report.
clear
They
you
ask to
from
make
crimes and
a
stuff.
clearance form and everything. Why? So that they can see that you do not have any.
You're an outstanding
You're
citizen.
an outstanding citizen. Whatever. If you, when you were 17, 18 years old, just turned 18 years old, because you were hungry, went to steal something, and your name goes into police report, now you think that the people who you're going to submit your
Visa, your information to seek for
to
visa.
or whatever, they'll be like, oh,
Come on, you were just hungry.
you were just hungry, you
Go.
were just this. No, if they're searching for things, that's why people have backstories, and that's why people have history. And when you're going to hire somebody in your work, you need to see their backstory, where they've worked from, where they're coming from. And then you can use that to decide whether this person is the right person or not. All I am saying is, Kennedy Agyapong might as well turn out to be the best president that Ghana has ever had. And yes, like you're saying, he might be very, very passionate about Ghana. And he could be someone with Ghana's well-being at heart.
But some of the things he does.
But
Charlie.
just for the sake of that track record, I will not risk. You see, I will not risk it. If I was a business, if you're a business, if two people came to your shop looking for a job, all of them had the same qualifications. All of them had the same, but one person
Has a police report.
3 years ago or 5 years ago, there was something, when you went to search, there was something about some form of workplace discrepancies in what they did. And this person comes to sit in front of you and speaks perfectly of everything. Wouldn't you, even if you decide to go with that person, because people do change and people have, you understand, wouldn't you
Have small doubt.
know that you're actually taking a huge risk for going with this person when you could easily just go with this next person who also has
a
same
clear
qualities
record
and has a clean record? Wouldn't you, if you were choosing, what would you choose? Hypothetically, I would choose, I don't know what, but I would choose the one who has no blemish.
I'm coming on. All your problem with Kennedy is the journalist thing. One.
You see, my problem with him is that I have heard him so many times speak out of turn and be disrespectful, and not even disrespectful to others, be disrespectful to himself. On TV,
on radio, social media.
And so if somebody
does
all these things and can do the work, you don't want that.
We have this thing in Ghana. We have this thing in Ghana.
And he can do the work.
See, we have.
You
this
don't
thing,
want that.
We have this thing in Ghana whereby when someone is a big man or someone has money, we laugh at their jokes all the time.
Yes, even if it's not funny.
I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not a bootlicker or I don't kiss ass.
No, it's not about bootlicking. It's just, look, if I'll tell you the truth. If we are here right now, if Kennedy Agyapong walked in here, I would show him respect.
Is it not because he's older than you?
First,
Possibly,
because he's
yes.
older than me, and also I respect, like you said, his businesses. I respect.
Yes,
his
he's worked
also,
towards where
and
he
I
is
respect-
now.
But if you're asking, if you're asking me now, based on all of those things that I have the respect I have for me as an elderly person, and for the fact that, for whatever reason, he has businesses, and I know how hard it is to keep a business running
in this country.
And if he's keeping a business running and everything, paying people, I have paid people before. You understand? And so I understand what all of those things entail. I respect that the position he holds in those situations. You understand? But then, if you're asking me to make a decision such as life and death decision based on Kennedy Agyapong, I will not choose him. And I think when it comes to voting for this president for this country, it's literally a life
and death,
life
yeah.
and death situation, because people.
So
people
I'm going to answer what you asked, okay?
People are dying day in, day out because of bad governance, and I feel like he, as a person, he will not be able to tolerate certain things, certain levels of freedom of people to speak. And I feel that under his governance, the voice of the people would be curtailed. A lot of people will be curtailed.
Let me tell you something.
And this is why. This is why. For that reason, I do not.
Check. Every time Kennedy Agyapong have come out to say anything, he has been provoked. I'm not saying as a leader you should. Listen. I'm not saying like as a leader everything you have to like listen or come and debunk or try to. There's a word I'm looking for, but every time Kennedy Agyapong has come out,
look,
somebody has said anything.
Also,
listen.
He only comes out when he's provoked to come and say the bad things that are there, which he's always known are there. But it's like, oh, I'll shut up. If you don't talk about me,
I was about to use that to answer your question. Now let me use it.
Yes.
You see, you're talking about the fact that he has all these faults, yet still he will be able to do the job as a president of Ghana because he's been able to keep his constituency, help them out, and is a businessman and he has Ghana at heart. Now let me ask you, you said he was provoked until Adwo Asafo provokes him to go and sit on radio to talk about how she used government money to do this, or how she didn't come to parliament but somebody represented her, or how, if somebody does not provoke him, he will never come out to speak the truth that is supposed to be spoken, whether you are provoked or not. That makes him a typical politician that can turn right after giving a position. Now, onto that again. Now, I have utmost respect for him based on the fact that, you see, all these MPs that we have in our country, they don't do the jobs they need to do. They don't care about their people. Now they go and ask for help, and when they're put in the position, they treat the people that voted them into the position as literal trash. And so the fact that he will somehow, one way or the other, take responsibility for some of the things that happens in his constituency and takes care of his people, I would personally advise and beg he stays there and takes care of those people and keep that name, than pushing himself into presidency, and then the real him would come out.
Why do you keep I'm surprised?
I'm saying the real him.
The real him.
The real him.
Somebody came to sell you, me and Brassemia, and they went into power.
We all know that it wasn't our Brassemia.
But this person is showing you who he is. He's telling you, I'm not coming to. He's not faking. He's showing you. Say me when you bring shit, I will show you.
So shit. You're telling me that if
I bring you into my government and you don't do your work, I will sack you. That's the
so
kind
if
of
you're telling me this right,
you don't want this kind
then
of a
you
person.
Are saying
you want somebody who will come and lie to you.
Okay, let me ask you one simple question.
That's what you want.
Okay, no. So let me ask you.
Typical politician.
The same thing that he said. Akufo-Addo said the same thing.
What?
That when
accountability.
He's going to hold all his ministers and whatever accountable. Akufo-Addo said the same thing. What are you talking about?
Now let me ask you this question.
We've heard the same
thing
before.
Just by chance, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is voted in as the president of Ghana. And a year into his service, something happens and, he's done something bad in terms of, our money, how our money would be disbursed and how the use of the money. And then there's evidence that, shows that he's done this job. this man will outright. I want a yes or no. I don't want to hear any corner. This man will outright come out and say, yes, I've done this. Cuff me, put me in. Do you understand what I'm saying? Would be a virtuous and righteous leader and take responsibility for the
It's not even going to happen. The man only see Kevin did that. The last time they was interviewed and they said,
When you see be their own dear.
I said
no,
yes
but
or no.
Ghana Dana Kumasu. No, so
I
I'm
said
Ghana.
yes or
On person
no.
be running Ghana for
I said yes or no.
Ghana.
But this how can you even still be using the same rhetoric?
Every time, or when you see Kadada, when you see Kadada.
So who do you want to become? Who do you want to lead this country? Whoever will come and lead this country will tell you say Ghana Dana Kumasu.
Yes.
So what's making you believe
Yes.
this one?
So Ghana there'll be a Kumasu.
I'm believing this one.
Once you are born in Ghana,
I'm believing
Ghana
this
is
one.
your
I'm
heart.
believing this one because he's a straightforward man. He's not. He has shown you who he is, and he's not going to change because he wants your power. He's telling you, say, me, I don't take nonsense. If you do, I'll do you too. So I'm telling you, this is who I am. If you want me, take me. I have a lot of businesses. I've employed a lot of people. I'm paying a lot of people. And I've employed so many people. But these people you people bring into power, they've never employed so many people like that before. And they don't know how it feels to even own a company to pay people.
Why? Look, Kennedy Agyapong is one of the biggest founders of the MPP.
NPP, yes.
Why didn't they make him Minister of Industry or something? If
he can do the job so good.
It should tell you how divided the party is. The party is so divided that everybody that comes to
his own people will not give him a job that will help him prove himself to us.
See, let me tell you.
His own party.
His own party.
Will
His
not
own
give
party.
him, put him in a position where he can have
because the president, when the president comes, he has his people already. He has his people.
Are you saying Kennedy Agyapong is not part of
He's not part of the people.
I'm telling you, the man, he's not part of this current government. He's not, though, because the man was crying some time ago that they promised to give him this thing. What's the name? Street lights. Fix street lights.
Which man, Kennedy?
Yes. He uses money to go and buy the whole street lights. He's waiting for the contract to come, so he will do it. Till now, street lights are no good. Them. He should tell you. The thing is divided. When they come into power, they have their people. They already designate position to people. Say, oh, who bears. Until when they come, they give it to their own people.
Well,
there has never been a government where people cry about nepotism like this one.
You see, I wouldn't even mind if Kennedy Agyapong was a passionate speaker and he spoke out about, but over the years, the outburst.
And I'm telling you, sir, about the outburst, he's showing you, sir.
It's not showing me anything. It's showing me someone who cannot
control their emotions.
Oh, you want him to control? You want somebody? So the ones who control their emotions, what has happened to this country? The ones who has been able to control. The ones who has been able to control their emotions. What has happened to this country?
Fire. The fact that he's controlling. The fact that they're controlling their emotions
and
does
I'm
not mean
that this man is.
If the ones who are controlling their
emotions and all these things. Do you know? Today people are saying Kigali is the best city or the best town.
But it's showing.
It's showing.
It's showing.
Do you know when people have to tell you about the Rwandan, what's his name? Paul Kagame. If they want to tell you about Kagame, the things he has done, but people are not looking at the things they are looking at what he has been able to turn his country.
But he convinced the people, right? He convinced the people to vote for him.
If you have to look at what Paul Kagame has done in Rwanda and the number of people who has died allegedly from war, Tutsis and Hutus and all of those things. If people are looking at that, like they won't even want him near, but they are not looking at what he has done. The number of people,
they are not looking at his past.
Outburst. Porkigami, if they want to go there, forget. It be death. People die, millions of people.
No, okay.
You are talking about outburst, but people are not talking about the number of
Okay.
people who are there though. They are
Who
talking
says
about how
I don't
nice
get
the
what
country
you're
is,
saying?
how developed the country is now.
So on whose bodies should Kennedy Agyapong come and sacrifice?
He's
for the
not going to
betterment of
sacrifice.
Ghana?
All I'm trying to, you are not getting what I'm telling you is that.
On whose bodies?
Forget
No, he's
about
just trying
the
to say
outburst.
that the Rwanda president has done worse, but they still voted him in, and he has come to
And-
do a good job.
And they are talking
so-
about the good job he has done. They are not talking about the things he has done.
Yes.
So forget about outbursts and emotions and whatever you are
I
talking.
can't forget
Can the
about-
man do the work?
No.
God.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
I can tell you've made your mind. So
no.
I mean,
No.
Sister Empong.
for me, I think he's not convinced me enough.
Me, he
to-
convinced
to
me
know
too
that
much.
he can
I say
do the
if that man, if like he was going to
Okay,
be
I need you
independent,
to go
I have
back.
Not voted. See, I have not voted.
if he was going to be
I have
independent,
not
I would
voted.
come
I have
out.
not-
But yesterday, the MPP way he did there,
I
that
have
be my
not
only
voted
problem with
before,
him.
But this coming elections, when it comes, if they give the opportunity for people outside the country to vote, I'm telling you straight, I'll vote for NDC.
And I'm telling you,
I'm telling you.
But do you think the NDC will come and do better than these people?
I
Are
of
don't-
course,
I don't-
compared to this
Oh,
people,
this is terrible.
MPDC
This
will
is
be best.
terrible.
You see, the thing is, for everything that Mahama did wrong, we could at least see now, in retrospect, that he was trying to get somewhere. And for everything that was thrown at him, and when his brother wanted to desilt the Odo River, and he said he had all the machines and everything, he just needed something for fuel. We all said, this is a way for
them to
siphon money.
money, yes.
Today, we have our ministers charging how much?
Sanitation minister.
Sanitation minister asking how much to desilt the Odo.
He took the money and did it and stole.
Did what?
He did it. Whatever she said she did, at the end of the day, they found a chunk of the money in her room.
I mean,
Can you so you understand?
Allegedly.
You understand what kind of
you see
situation?
this word allegedly? They help people wrong.
What kind of situation we're having right now? I think, and I hope. Of course, I have the fear that NDC might also want to come and eat the rest of what they couldn't eat.
Yes.
But between a rock and a hard place, I would definitely gravitate towards NDC more than I would gravitate towards.
For me, I think
Towards-
with Mahama, right now I'm looking at Mahama like somebody who wants who wants to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at him. When I'm thinking about Mahama, I'm thinking about somebody who wants to leave a legacy. It's not about the money anymore with him.
Okay.
Or it's like, okay, give me 4 years. I want to transform this country. Go and forever they will say, okay,
I did this.
No one can transform Ghana in 4 years. That's
No,
the
no,
thing.
that one
No one
there.
can even transform Ghana. Look, the issue that we need in this country is that we need to have a road, and it's not as if we have a roadmap, but we need to follow the roadmap no matter who you are, which government comes in, the roadmap.
You don't
has
come
to be
and
followed.
bypass somewhere because
Can I just ask, did they ask him anything about the Galamsey issue and what he was going to do towards it?
Oh, Kennedy.
Agyapong.
I've never heard him say anything bad.
He has never spoken anything about the Galamsey issue
But
before.
one time he mentioned some names.
Look, in
It's not about
30
name
years,
mentioning,
in 30 years, most of the water in Ghana is going to be not drinkable.
yeah.
And this 30 years is the optimistic.
It could be earlier.
It could be way earlier than that. We are sitting down on a huge ecological crisis. We're sitting on top of a time bomb. Look, the Sahara is even opening up more. And we are losing forests. We are losing water bodies. This situation is a situation that we have to wake up now and solve. Other than that, look, the future, I keep saying this, the future will not be kind to us. The thing is, the reason why I say this, all of this, that we right now, in our 30s and 20s, if we do not take care, the kind of suffering we will suffer in our 60s and 70s,
Hey, Charlie.
even if it comes to meet us, like the kind of, because, and the kind of radical people that will come out of this land, and not for the good sake. If we do not really wake up as Ghanaians to try and change the country, you do it by yourself, bit by bit. You do it on yourself, but collectively we have to try and change the trajectory of this country and where we are going. It's just wrong, and it's just like people are suffering too much. It's not that there are people who can't. I say this for myself, that a few years back with my band, I was charging good money. Now with that same band, when I go to places and I want to charge, and I feel like, oh, I've gone ahead, I've played, people can't take the money and give to you anymore. The money is finished. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Things are hard, Charlie.
Things are hard. And when things are hard, people like us,
They're forced to make certain decisions.
we suffer. Creative art is suffering in this country.
Hey.
And creative art is a tool. It's a vehicle for nation building, for the structuring of the minds of people in this country. You can say all you want to say, but Sarkodie or Shatawale might have influence over the kids more than any politician.
True.
True.
You understand?
True.
This is how fashion culture, these things, they build nations, and we are closing our eyes to them, and those things are suffering and shrinking.
And the man said when it comes,
we
he
do-
would
we-
pay attention to our side.
See.
And he has a son who is already there, and he's telling you when he comes with his son.
I like your vim.
And his son
I mean,
is,
I like your
his
vim
son is
for-
thriving in that sector.
I like your vim
Can it-
for
can it-
for
can it-
for
can it
the
get
governance.
Can we just, I mean,
Wrap
time
up
has
here?
gone,
On the wrapping up, I respect him for his business and for everything that he has done, but with all due respect, he is not
The right
the
person.
right person to become a president of this
Yeah.
country.
Presidential material.
He is not presidential material.
Okay.
I fear for the sake of people and freedom in
Okay.
this country.
Okay.
If someone like Kennedy Agyapong becomes president, because he will use the guise of discipline. We must have discipline to shut people down and shut people up.
Out.
And say, oh, we have to discipline them. Hey, if you talk like this, we'll discipline you. If you do like that, we'll discipline you. I'll discipline you. How many times growing up have you heard elders say that to you? And how have
And
you
it
felt
has-
intimidated about that?
True.
You discipline them. You see what we'll do to you. We'll see what we'll... If someone is always using threatening language, how can you now carry yourself and give yourself to someone who's always using threatening language?
Okay. Finally, before I wrap
Finally,
up.
I would say, currently, first of all, I wish Kennedy was going to be independent, because
Okay.
already the MPP party there shambles. And secondly, I feel when between Kennedy and Bawumia, I always go for Kennedy. And also, I feel when Kennedy becomes the flag bearer for MPP, which is going to be clearly the people at the top loves Bawumia, and they are paying and doing everything they will do.
Let us see what happens.
Everything to
Yeah.
do to make sure Bawumia becomes the flag bearer. And if Kennedy becomes the flag bearer for MPP, my decision to vote for the opposition will shake small, because currently my vote is for the opposition. I love the opposition.
Okay.
But if Kennedy becomes the flag bearer for the MPP,
You're
my-
definitely going
it
to.
will go shake small. So that'd
Okay.
be my own, yeah.
All right. So I would finally say that I am.
And to end it with it, I believe when somebody tells me say it will kill me or it will shoot, I believe that person. Then somebody will can't smile with me, then later go show
Mess
me.
you up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will finally say that. Well, this one says opposition, this one is also weighing his options. I'm not weighing my options because I feel all the people in the space right now are too toxic, are too what do you call it? What's the word? Deceiving. I mean, they say one, they do seven. And so I am not comfortable trusting anybody at all to put my life, my already suffering life, in their hands. Ebeye me ya more to trust you, and then you come and mess me up, than I don't put my hand in, and then you start messing the place up. Then I know that I focus on me, and that is exactly what I'm going to continue to do until someone convinces me that they can do what I am expecting them to do. That is exactly what I'm going to end with. Now, thank you very much for watching this particular episode.
I just feel like a lot of people
are like that. Yes, in my box. Yes.
In her box, and a lot of Ghanaians are disenfranchising themselves because
But
of
that's
this, because
bad.
they don't know who to vote for.
It's because
but
they are-
this is the dire situation the country finds itself in.
The position
When we
they-
can't, people don't know who to vote for anymore.
I don't know
I
who
wish there was a
Imagine.
third force, like a
Exactly.
strong
If there
third force.
was, I would definitely move
I
to the
also
third
wish there was
force.
a strong third force.
I mean,
like
if
a
there
really strong third
was,
force.
and since the third force, it looks like nobody's allowing the third force to come, both this party or that party
I mean,
feels
when they spring
when-
up, they pay them to shut up.
Exactly. They feel like when there's a third force that comes in, it's going to be another problem altogether for them to handle. So they're stopping it from coming up. And so until that time where there's going to be a third force, I'm going to sit down, fold my hands, and watch who convinces me to vote for them. If nobody does, peace out to whoever wins. And we're still going to face the shege that we are facing in this country. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching this episode. This has always been Mind Expression. There's Oakley here, there's Norte here, and there's the goddess herself. Our baby girl is not feeling well. We're still wishing her speedy recovery. Baby girl, we're waiting for you. Be well. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like, and then share. And
follow
one
us
more
on all
thing,
social
do
media
not
platforms.
sell your vote.
Yeah, follow
If
us
you
on-
are going to,
Oh, as for
do
that
not
one, there are a
sell
lot
it.
of people already.
Yes, so I will see you in the next
A lot of
video.
people are
Follow us, Mind
Expression
Expression
_
_ pod on all social media platforms. Peace out.
All right.